And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Solano softball field. This is Bay Valley Conference action between the Yuba 49ers and your Solano Falcons. This is the second game of a doubleheader. Steven, Solano took the first game by an impressive 24-1 score. What does Yuba have to do to change their fortune here in this second game?
Well, in the first game of this doubleheader, the 49ers got off to a bit of a rocky start. So with Brandy Gilliam stepping into the circle for the 49ers, it's important for her to find her groove early and get off to a strong start. The Falcons were able to have an extended first inning. They batted around. They were able to score a lot of runs and get ahead early. However, the 49ers did start to get some offense going towards the end of that first game. So it's important for them to kind of build on that momentum and carry it over into the second game, and hopefully their bats come alive for Yuba.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about into the groove. I think I'm not in my groove because I rushed Stephen Babb with me. My name is Brian Nelson, and Chris Zavaglia, our third caller commentator. Now, Chris, what are some of the things you're looking for in this matchup with Solano trying to improve upon their conference record and stay perfect?
I'm looking at two players, Brian. I'm looking at Brianna Schlattman on the mound today. She's coming in this game with a 3.57 ERA, 3-4 on the season so far. But if she can keep these Yuba hitters off balance, mix it in and out of the zone, up and down, she should be more than fine. And, you know, batting number 3 today, Alana Sheldon, playing shortstop. If they could get her on some runners on base, get her some RBI opportunities, they should be more than fine in this ballgame.
Yeah, she had 5 RBIs in the first game, so look for Sheldon in this matchup. But the Yuba 49ers starting lineup goes as such. Catcher Hayleigh will be leading off. In the 2-hole is Stephanie Benton, the shortstop. Batting third is Corrine Belser, the first baseman. Brandy Gilliam, the pitcher, will be batting cleanup. Dusty Steele at third base will be batting fifth. Cache Dunlap at second base will be batting sixth. Emily Clark in right field will be batting seventh. Abby Driver, the center fielder, in eighth. And Corrine Molina in left field rounds out the starting lineups for Yuba. Now here is your starting lineup for your Solano Falcons.
Alyssa Castaneda, center field, Sheldon High School. Baylee Robben, second base, Vintage High School.
Elena Sheldon, third base, Rodriguez High School.
Vavricka, catcher, Vintage High School.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
1 second.
Courtney McGraw, left field, Vacaville High School. I'm back.
Santiago Ortega, third base, St. Mary's High School.
First base, Willseywood High School.
Ceciaro, right field, Vacaville High School.
Brianna Schlattman, pitcher, Benicia High School.
And we are back with Brianna Schlattman taking her warm-up tosses out in the circle. One of the 3 starters for Solano on the year. Schlattman 3-4 with a 3.57 ERA. And leading off will be Hayleigh, one of the 2 49ers with a batting average over 300. Really offensively has been a struggle so far. Only 1 run mustered in the first game. We'll see what type of offense they have against Schlattman here.
Yeah, they're coming into this game with a 214 overall team batting average. So, if Yuba has any chance in this game, it's going to go up to those top 2 hitters.
And the freshman Hill here looking to get off to a good start on offense for Yuba.
Yeah, but Schlattman will look to shut down the 49ers, keep it a scoreless first inning, and get those Solano bats who were absolutely electric in Game 1 with 24 runs scored. So Schlattman will be ready to deliver to Hill in moments. Hill digs in the box. Her catcher is Alexa Vavricka for this second game of this doubleheader. First pitch hit over there. Nice diving play by Elena Sheldon. Long throw, and she got her.
Nice play right there from Sheldon. Really went all out on that one. First play, what a bam to start out the game.
That was crazy. If I had a gold glove to give her, I'd just give her for the first play of the game. She really gave it all, flattened out, dove head first, and made a great throw over to Leah Kimble playing first.
Yeah, Sheldon sold out on that diving play. As now the number 2 hitter for Yuba, Stephanie Benton in, the shortstop. Probably wants to avoid Sheldon there, matching her defensive number as she takes a ball for a 1-0 count.
So Stephanie has been struggling on the year, only hitting 143, and I believe that has dipped after the first game. So let's see if she can get something going here for Yuba.
That one swung on and missed. Not exactly the hardiest of cuts. Yeah, Benton 0 for 2 in the last game, in the game 1 of this doubleheader. So 1-1 count. Schlattman with the pitch. Outside corner just misses. Oh, actually, a late call strike. 1-2.
Yeah, just hit the black right there. I like what Schlattman's doing up there on the mound, going in and out, up and down. We'll see what this next pitch goes. Maybe down in the dirt. Maybe catch Benton chasing.
1-2 pitch. Swung on, just foul tipped to stay alive.
Yeah, looks like Schlattman's got some nice movement to her pitches as well. In the first game, Adriana Montoya had some amazing movement towards home plate, and Yuba has struggled to kind of keep up with what was going on. A lot of great sinkers and off-speed stuff with good movement.
So Schlattman gets the sign. Swung on and missed. Schlattman gets her first K of the afternoon.
Nice pitch right there. Really changed the eye level in the beginning of the at-bat. Really kept him mid-range, maybe around belt level, and that one, she just rose it right there and executed to perfection.
Yeah, that rise ball over the hands of Benton. Couldn't catch up with that one. That brings up Corrine Belser, first baseman. She had an excellent game. She had 2 hits for the 49ers. Only 2 hits surrendered by Adriana Montoya. 2 of the 3 hits, that is. So here, she'll be batting third. Look to maybe get on, provide a 2-out rally for the 49ers, as that one is laced into center field. Going to dive right in front of Castaneda. Going to kick to right field, but Yarrow going to throw it in.
Yeah, that ball died pretty quick. Didn't leave the bat with a lot of speed, and it kind of died in the shallow center field. And then Castaneda just mishandling it on the short hop and kicked it over. Lucky that
Yarrow,
didn't run to second.
And Castaneda moving from second base over to center field. Very versatile defender, as that one is ticked off the end of the bat. Going to dribble foul for the first strike. So 0-1 count.
That was some nice movement right there from Schlattman on that. Looked like a slider maybe a little cutter or something, but really had Gillen really out there.
Gilliam, the opposing pitcher for the 49ers, batting for herself, as Schlattman missed with that one. 1-1 count. Kimble and Ortega playing in on the corners. As Schlattman is set. 1-1 pitch. Again with that slider. Robben tries to make a diving backhand play. The flip to second is in time. Baylee, Robben over to Sheldon to get the third and final out of this top of the first inning. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the first with Alyssa Castaneda, Baylee, Robben, and Elena Sheldon.
Hi, I'm Santi, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
We are back here in the bottom of the first inning. Out in the circle for the 49ers is Brandy Gilliam.
Castaneda.
So she's coming in with 46 in the third innings pitched with a 13.29 ERA, one of the 2 main pitchers for the 49ers. As Alyssa Castaneda leads off this game, just as she did in game 1 of this doubleheader. She hits it right back to Gilliam, who underhand tosses it to first for the first out.
Yeah, Gilliam, she's got an 0-4 record out of
number 10.
9 games started. So, she does have a few no decisions. So let's see what she can get going here and maybe bring that ERA down a bit and shut out the Falcons here early.
So now that brings up Baylee Robben, the second baseman. Looks at that pitch outside for a ball.
Yeah, Baylee had an amazing play to end the top half of the first, diving, knocking the ball down and then flipping it over to second for the force out to end the inning.
That one hit right back up the box to center. Driver throws it in as Robben reaches with a one-out single.
Nice piece of hitting right there from Robben, really finding her pitch and drove it right back up the middle, right where she found it.
Number 15.
Yeah, Robben's on the nest of first base as Alyssa Sheldon will be up at the plate, and that's important. One of Chris's keys was getting base runners on in front of Sheldon as she looks at that pitch outside for a ball.
In Game 1, the Falcons were really aggressive on the bases, really putting pressure on the 49er defense, and let's see if that continues here in Game 2.
Yeah, Baylee Robben has 7 stolen bases, I believe. Yeah, 7 stolen bases. It's good for third as she takes off, and that late throw is actually going to hit Robben. Not the strongest throw from Hayleigh Hill behind the plate.
Make that 8 stolen bases for Baylee.
Yeah, she's now tied with Alyssa Castaneda for third. Molly Schnurr is actually second on the team. She was coming in at 5th place, but with that 8 stolen bag now is in a tie with Castaneda and McGraw for third on the team. As that one is lifted into center, it's going to fall. A sliding catch. Was it made?
Play.
Yes, it was. Sliding play by Abby Driver.
As a fantastic defensive play. The 49ers had some miscues in the first game, so it's good to see that great defense starting off the second game.
Yeah, I would say that slow dribbler to the pitcher, that routine play made by the starting pitcher Gilliam, and there, that sliding play, those were 2 plays that the 49ers definitely needed more of in that first game of the doubleheader, as the cleanup hitter Alexa Vavricka looks at that pitch for a ball, 1-0. Or was that in first strike?
It was a ball he didn't call.
Vavricka, that one's going to skip past Hill. Robben's going to advance to third.
Another thing, too, it looked like Hayleigh Hill behind the dish for the 49ers didn't have a really strong throw down to second when Baylee stole it. So let's see if the Falcons take advantage of that. Maybe her arm isn't the best from back there.
That one lifted high. It's going to drift foul, but Hill has it for out number 3. So the Falcons strand a base runner at third base in the bottom of the first. We are tied at 0-0. When we come back in the top of the second, Dusty Steele, Cache Dunlap, and Emily Clark.
Hi, I'm Elena Sheldon. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Dusty Steele, the third baseman, will be batting lead off here in the top of the second inning as Falcons back out on defense. Let's set the defense for the Falcons. Catching Brianna Schlattman is Alexa Vavricka. Over at third is Santi Ortega. Elena Sheldon will be playing shortstop. Baylee Robben over at second. Leah Kimble at first. From left to right will be Courtney McGraw, Alyssa Castaneda, and Ceci Yarrow.
So the 49ers ended the bottom half of the first with some great defensive plays. Great catch by Hayleigh to make that third out. So it's good start for the 49ers. Now let's see if they can get their bats awake here in the second game.
Yeah, not too many scoreless innings for the 49ers in the last game as Schlattman's first pitch is hit foul by Dusty Steele.
Yeah, Steele coming into this game. 556 average, so definitely one of the top hitters for this 49er ball club. And we'll see, what Schlattman does here. We saw the first pitch inside. We don't know if you want to go inside to her. So we'll see what Schlattman does.
Yeah, she turned on that pitch pretty quick to foul it down the right field line, or left field line rather.
Yeah, we've seen a nice slider though from Schlattman on the outside corner. So I would anticipate we'll see that as the count progresses. As she's jumped ahead in the count 0-1. That changeup is hit on the end of the bat, but past Sheldon for a base hit.
Yeah, another dive there by Sheldon. This time, though, she wasn't able to knock it down.
Yeah, and Sheldon, we've seen her a lot at catcher, here playing shortstop
Up to the plate.
in relief of Taya Collier.
Number 2.
So that brings up Cache Dunlap with a runner on. And we'll see with nobody out if the Yuba 49ers maybe play some small ball.
Runs coming at a bare minimum for the 49ers. I would not be surprised if that happened here.
Dunlap squares around a bunt, and she hits it. Kimble fields it over to Robben and
Watch
takes
out
off
for
her
third.
glove, so that's going to allow Steele to advance to third. So miscue defensively for the Falcons, puts runners at the corners.
Yeah, it looked like Leah Kimble just rushed it a little bit. It was a great bunt, and it kind of dribbled and died right in front of home plate. Kimble grabbed it, rushed the throw, and unfortunately made a costly error there.
Yeah, I think Nikki Gentile is calling this infield meeting with the defense just to straighten out that last play. It looked like either Schlattman or Ortega had a better angle to take that throw instead of Kimble, who would have to throw off her back foot. And when you throw off your back foot, it can kind of sail the ball, and that's exactly what happened. Just too high for Robben to field that over at first base.
Yeah, when you're throwing off your back foot, it shortens your stride, which allows you to, or causes you to release the ball higher than what you normally would and cause it to sail. Also, she had to pick the ball up and turn and spin, whereas if Ortega would have done it, she would have been already facing first and maybe made an easier throw.
Yeah, at the very least, Ortega could have made the decision to eat the ball and just have runners at first and second. But with the missed throw, that allowed Steele to advance all the way to third, so runners at the corners, nobody out on the errant throw from Leah Kimble. So Schlattman looks into Emily Clark, the right fielder, who squares around a bunt, and she bunts it into the, I think it was in fair turn. No, that was foul.
No foul. It looked like it was. She entirely missed it up there at the plate, and then
she whiffed.
Yeah,
it's like Dunlap took second on that. So
I'm going to move up here because there's a giant pole in my way. So I thought she might have bunted it right in the field of play, and Vavricka might have tagged her, but she whiffed on that first one. 0-1, swung and a miss by Emily Clark. 0-2.
Heads up base running from Dunlap, able to take advantage of that. Now it puts 2 runners in scoring position for Clark. Now just need something hit into the outfield, maybe score 1, maybe 2.
Also eliminates the double play as that one is lifted into foul territory, but into the bullpen of Yuba.
And how about Dunlap on that bunt? I mean, just making the Falcons play defense. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to, playing defense, successfully. And, sometimes it just causes infielders to, get a little fuzzled in the head and just not do what they usually do.
Swung on and missed by Clark, so Schlattman gets her second K of the afternoon, and a crucial situation with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. Definitely a strikeout situation. She got it. So that brings up Abby Driver, the center fielder, batting 8th. First pitch, inside corner, and therefore a strike. Snap throw over to get Steele back, not in time.
Going into the games today, Abby is hitting 250. The Yuba's actually seeing themselves in a position they didn't see themselves in the first game with runners on. They did have no outs. Now they've got 1 out collected.
That one lifted. Kimble makes the leaping catch, tries to get the runner at second, and she does. So over at second, Cache Dunlap caught a little too far off of second base, and Kimble able to double her off. So that will do it for us here in the top of the second. When we return in the bottom of the second, Courtney McGraw, Santi Ortega, and Jamie Batto due up.
Hi, my name is Aleya Turner. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Due up
McGraw.
as you can possibly hear Dylan Collins over on the PA giving them Sandlot nicknames. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, watching Gilliam here warm up to start this half of the second inning. She's got some great stuff, good movement to her pitches. She's got a nice riser. Let's see if the 49ers can use that to their advantage.
That changeup.
Look like an Evis.
Yeah, I was going to call an Evis. I was not sure if they throw Evises in softball.
As I'm talking about her stuff,
yeah.
and she pulls out that pitch.
Steven, what are you talking about? That's what she said.
Yeah.
That one misses outside, 2-1. Looked like a little slider.
To end the top half of the first inning, Leah Kimble made a fantastic play to end the inning. She not only caught a blooper fly ball, but she doubled up the base run at second.
That one split the left side of the infield for a single for McGraw as she gets on with a leadoff knock.
Nice job from McGraw right there, able to jump on the fastball. Gilliam really working the soft stuff in that at bat, and she found the fastball finally and able to capitalize on that.
So that brings up Santiago Ortega playing third base. Both corner infielders are playing in as Ortega could be bunting here with runner on, nobody out.
Bunt steal.
And it's going to be a straight steal as McGraw swipes second. So that's McGraw's 9th stolen base.
Yeah, it looked like Benton at short and Dunlap at second were late breaking to the bag. I'm not sure if they kind of got lulled into a little bit of a daze, but they weren't expecting a steal there.
Yeah, and you talked about Hill's arm as well. Not going to gun down the runner with her arm strength. It's going to take a perfect timing from Hill and the middle infield to get one of these Falcon base runners as Ortega looks at that ball on the outside.
I just seen the ump over by short looking at McGraw on second, trying to see if she's leaving a little early. The Falcons had a problem with that in the first game.
And Ortega pops that one up. Shortstop calls it off as Benton makes the play for out number 1. Good communication from the infield defense by Yuba.
Looked like Benton was battling the sun there just for a sec. Didn't know quite if Driver was going to come in center field and help her out, but nice job from Benton, able to battle that out and make the play.
So Jamie Batto, the designated player, she's hitting for Brianna Schlattman, the pitcher.
It's a good look for the 49er defense. It feels like in game 1, some of these plays, balls would have been dropped and throws would have been thrown away.
And that one is lifted into right field. Charging in is the right fielder Clark. Tagging and moving to third is McGraw.
Yeah, as I just mentioned, Clark there with a great defensive play. She had a few errors out there in the first game in right field.
Number 23.
Yeah, with the changes for the 49ers, Hill moved from center to catcher, and Driver moved from catcher to center. Molina, the pitcher, swap places with Gilliam, as that one is hit past the shortstop Benton. So that'll be the first run for the Falcons, as Leah Kimble comes up with the 2-out knock to drive in the first run for the Falcons.
First pitch swinging, I like it. Way to stay aggressive right there. Put the Falcons on the board first.
Number 14, Ceci.
So that brings up Ceci Yarrow.
Yarrow.
First pitch, taken high and away. Easy take for Ceci Yarrow. As Kimble over at first. Maybe thought about try to steal second.
Yeah, she had a nice extended lead there.
That one in there to even the count 1-1 on the outside corner.
With Corrine Belser at first playing in, it'll be easier for her to get nice leads and maybe take second.
That changeup swung on and missed. Great off-speed stuff there from Gilliam.
Yeah, nice pitch right there. Really caught Yarrow out in front on her front foot. Puts her ahead now.
Yeah, is she going to speed up her bat here? As she does, and that one's going to be a dribbler to the third base side. Long throw in time by Dusty Steele for the third and final out, but not before the Falcons take the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. When we return to the top of the third, it will be Caroline Molina, Hayleigh Hill, and Stephanie Benton duo.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Castaneda, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
We are back on in the top of the third with Caroline Molina, the number 9 hitter. Then back up to the top of the lineup for Yuba with Hayleigh Hill and Stephanie Benton.
Yeah, some great defense in the bottom half of the second inning for the 49ers. It looks like they're definitely in the game this time around.
Yeah, Molina will look to be a table setter from the bottom of the lineup, left fielder and a pitcher. She pitched the first game of this series, and here getting the start in left. Schlattman gets a sign from Vavricka. That one jammed her, but great strength to muscle that one into center for the single.
Yeah, she had just enough to able to fist that up the middle right past Schlattman. And Schlattman, I don't know if you saw that before the pitch, but she was kind of smirking before the pitch with her catcher Vavricka. So I don't know if it's they're just having fun or what.
Yeah, she's very loose out there
Yeah.
in the middle of the circle as she was dancing between innings with the song choice. So Schlattman not looking too pressed this afternoon. As the first pitch squared around a bunt. That one going to be foul.
Yeah, it was a great effort on that hit right back up the middle. She just couldn't quite react fast enough to keep the ball from going out into center field.
And interestingly enough, Hayleigh Hill is one of the top 2 Yuba 49er hitters, but they're more content on getting a runner into scoring position, sacrificing with that bunt situation. Squares around a bunt again. That one's popped up. Vavricka couldn't make the play as it was just too far out from her to make that play.
I would say about 4 to 5 feet higher on that, and she's either diving or she's making the catch, for sure.
Yeah, it was just a matter that it wasn't high enough of a pop-up because she got the mask off, turned around in time, but by the time she turned around, the ball had already landed. So with 2 strikes, we'll see if the bunt is still on with Hayleigh Hill. Probably not. Maybe switch to maybe a hit and run to try to advance this runner.
Yeah, let her swing. I mean, like you said, one of the top hitters coming into the game. And
Swing
I mean, right
and miss
there.
And snap throw, not in time.
I mean, she struck out right there. She had it. I mean, the coach took a bat out of her hands. I mean, got to protect with 2 strikes, obviously, and, you know, couldn't quite get the, you know, the pitch from Schlattman in that bat. Couldn't really get that point of view. So, I mean, just an unfortunate at-bat there for Hill.
So we'll see if Benton sacrifices with 1 out and they'll try to maybe get a 2-out hit, or if they'll let Benton hit and she squares around and misses for strike 1.
And a great heads-up play there by Vavricka to throw the ball down to first. The first baseman, Leah Kimble, was charging in case of a bunt, but Baylee Robben made a nice backup play to get on the bag and try to get the throw out at first.
Yeah, always got to keep that runner at first in Caroline Molina. As Schlattman looks in, 0-1 pitch. That one popped up high. Vavricka, again, cannot make that play. It's just too far out as, again, 2 strikes. So the bunt play not working for Yuba as they've fallen behind now 2 consecutive batters, as there is only 1 out in this inning.
Yeah, Schlattman doesn't seem to be giving them too much to actually be able to square up and bunt. So it's, you know, it's good heads-up pitching by her to not give them anything.
0-2 pitch. That one popped high. Center fielder Castaneda is underneath it. She puts it away for out number 2.
Yeah, Castaneda was out there battling the sun. It was a good play, good catch.
Next up to bat, number 15, Corrine Belser.
So Corrine Belser, she singled. She's had 3 hits in this doubleheader so far. Probably the hottest hitter for the 49ers. So you understand why 49ers would want runners in scoring position when she's at the plate. As first pitch is taken outside. Vavricka with the snap throw. She had her, but just missed. That throw beat the runner back.
Yeah, with a right-handed first baseman, it's a little difficult to spin and swipe for the tag.
You got to locate that one.
I was a right-handed first baseman, so I know all about that.
So that one was jammed. Robben going back is going to fall right in between the 3 defenders. So that 2-out hit will put 2 runners on for the 49ers with 2 outs.
Nice piece of hitting right there from Belser once again. I mean, first at bat, fisted it out in center field, and that time around, she fisted it out into right field. So, I mean, you know, she's figured out Schlattman's game plan against her and just doing a tremendous job, able to stick with the fastball and driving it in the outfield.
That ball fell right in between Castaneda, Yarrow, and Robben. So nothing any of the Falcons defenders can do. It's up to Brandy Gilliam to help support herself out there on the circle as she looks at that one for a ball. Gilliam looked to come up with a 2-out hit to maybe tie this game, potentially get the go-ahead run for the 49ers.
Yeah, let's see how aggressive the 49ers are on the bases and see if they try to steal the bag.
That one lifted into center. Castaneda coming in. Backhands it for out number 3 as the Falcons get out of trouble, leave 2 runners stranded, do the 49ers. As we come back in the bottom of the 3rd with the top of the lineup with Alyssa Castaneda, Baylee Robben, and Elena Sullivan due up.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game,
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
We are back on in the bottom of the third. Alyssa Castaneda, who grounded out to the pitcher Gilliam in her first at-bat, 0 for 1.
Castaneda making a great play in center to end the top half of the inning.
As she gets that running start with that slap method, she takes a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, that pitch didn't miss by much.
I mentioned this in the first game we ever did. She reminds me a lot of former Falcon Danny MG as she pokes that one down the left field line. It's going to get past the left fielder Molina. Castaneda has wheels. She makes a big turnaround second, goes into third, slides in safely. Oh, no. I'm not sure about that one.
Wow.
They need to appeal to the home plate umpire who had a better angle on that.
Next up to
Yeah.
the plate.
Wow.
Usually I'm pretty understanding of the umps, but that looked pretty safe to me.
Robben.
Yeah, and we'll look at the replay of that hit as Castaneda did a great job of just going with the pitch location, poking it down the left field line. Molina, she didn't get the greatest angle, but there you see Castaneda with the hard turn. She committed to the triple, and that slide in, yeah, her foot was in there plenty of time. That was just a blown call. Plain and simple.
A great break for the 49ers. They really dodged a bullet because their third baseman, Steele, was playing in and didn't have a chance at getting that line drive. Then their left fielder, Molina, took a bad route to the ball.
That one chopped right back up the middle off of the glove of Dunlap, and it goes into center field. So Baylee Robben reaches on the error.
Yeah, their defense was sharp in the first couple of innings, and it looks like the 49ers are starting to make some mistakes here in the bottom third.
Yeah, it looked like it just rolled up her arm when she tried to backhand that one. As now Elena Sheldon in a similar position when Robben was at first base. Her first at-bat, she flew out to center field. Here, Robben tries to take second yet again. That throw errant, goes into center. Robben going to try to take third base. Driver's throw not in time.
Why not? Nice heads-up base run right there from Robben. Really, she almost did a half slide into second. It was kind of late just to, I think she kind of knew that the ball might have been overthrown or something, and she got right back up and moved over to third.
Yeah, it was a good job of anticipating that errant throw as it went toward the second base side with the shortstop covering, and that way Benton couldn't get it there in time. It went right past the middle infielders, enough space for Robben to advance to third base. Sheldon lifts that one high to the left field side. Molina underneath it. She puts it away, but tagging and scoring is Baylee Robben for the sac fly.
Nice job right there from Sheldon. Saw a pitch up in the zone, and she took advantage of that one. Not really what you wanted if you're from Gilliam. You want to keep the ball down in that situation, maybe keep it in the infield, keep Robben from scoring. But nice piece of hitting right there from Sheldon overall.
So, Lexi the Jet, Vavricka. As she looks at that one for, I believe that was a strike.
Yeah, it was a great pitch by Gilliam. It had nice movement, tailing away from the right-handed Vavricka.
That one lifted to Molina in left field. She lunges at it, but makes the catch for out number 3. But the Solano Falcons score yet again. They now lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the fourth with Dusty Steele, Cache Dunlap, and Emily Clark due up. we're back here in the top of the fourth inning. Dusty Steele singled in her first at-bat, as Brianna Schlattman has held the 49ers scoreless in 3 innings of work, given up 4 hits, struck out 3, no walks issued.
Yeah, the 49ers have left some base runners stranded here in a couple innings. They've had some opportunities, unlike in the first game. So let's see what they can get going here in the later part of the second game.
Schlattman's first pitch, that one is hit past Ortega for a leadoff single yet again for Dusty Steele. And she looks like she has a good handle of that inside pitch.
Yeah, I don't know quite why Schlattman keeps trying to pound her in, but you know, nice job from Steele once again jumping on that first pitch fastball, and luckily didn't go over the fence right there.
And so Dunlap reached on that errant throw from Kimble on the bunt attempt, her last at bat, got all the way to second before being picked off at second by Kimble. So Leah Kimble atoned for her mistake early, as that one's bunted foul for the first strike of the at-bat.
Yeah, Kimble charging really aggressive. Baylee covering first to get that throw. See if she can make up for the mishap earlier in the game.
Yeah, Ortega and Kimble, both the third baseman and first baseman, both playing in. Schlattman digs in. Facing an 0-1 count to Dunlap. Gets the sign and the pitch. That one bunted foul yet again. So third time a Yuba bunter has missed twice on the bunt to put them at an 0-2 disadvantage.
Yeah, it really looks like Schlattman's, she knows it's coming, and so she's giving really hard pitches to lay that bunt down.
Yeah, putting a lot of movement on it to put some English off of the bat of these Yuba bunters, as that one is caught looking, is Dunlap for the 4th strikeout.
Don't know quite what Dunlap was looking for there. I mean, she's down 0-2, and, Schlattman was throwing her some junk, but decided to pitch her kind of backwards there and caught her looking. Nice pitch.
Yeah, now we'll see if Clark will lay down a bunt here. She squares around and she bunts it foul.
Yeah, at a certain point, you got to kind of start to give up on a strategy if it doesn't seem to be working. And just kind of, I know that Yuba has struggled at the plate this season, but you got to kind of, realize what's working, what's not working, and you don't want to lose out with another base runner on and end the inning with all these bunt attempts.
And there you saw the stat line for Clark. She struck out her first at bat. That one is swung on. Robben charging. Kimble is back. She makes the catch for out number 2.
Nice job right there from Kimble, able to keep her composure right there as a hit off the glove, or excuse me, the heel of the glove, and fell right into her hand.
Number 13.
Yeah, a little bobble there from first baseman Leah Kimble, but she's able to use her offhand and put 2 hands on the softball and put it away for out number 2. So it'll be up to Abby Driver to try to create a 2-out knock here, as a snap throw from Vavricka, not in time.
That was a great inside pitch. Didn't look like it missed by much. Let's see if Schlattman sticks with it.
Yeah, Schlattman finding the count 1-0. Schlattman with a 1-0 pitch to Driver. That one brushes her back. 2-0.
That might be a game plan right there for Schlattman. Pitch her in, maybe back her up off the plate, and maybe set up a slider on the outside part, maybe catch her reaching, poke it to the outside part of the, or excuse me, the right side part of the field.
Yeah, just keep her rocking back and forth on her heels and her toes, as that next pitch in the dirt misses. 3-0.
Yeah, Schlattman's had an outside slider that's been working to righties so far this game. So let's see if we see it here in this at bat.
She needs to start pounding the strike zone as she's fallen behind 3-0 to Driver. Doesn't want to issue the walk here, as that snap throw not in time. And that was ball 4 anyway, so Driver will take her base. Steele advances to second.
I wonder if Vavricka's quick throws over to first are actually taking strikes away from Schlattman, because she's moving her glove so fast that the home plate umpire doesn't have a chance to see exactly where that ball ended up in relation to the home plate. So, it's kind of something to look out for, but I don't see Solano having too much more problem with that.
Yeah, having that frame of the catcher is very important for those close strikes, as that one is popped high to Sheldon. She calls everyone off. She puts it away for out number 3. So yet again, 2 runners stranded for Yuba as Schlattman holds the 49ers scoreless through 4 innings. When we come back in the bottom of the 4th, Courtney McGraw, Santi Ortega, and Jamie Batto. Courtney McGraw is stepping up to the plate, the left fielder. She singled and scored her first at-bat. She also got a stolen base, 1 of 2 for the Falcons so far in this ball game. As Gilliam starts out with the off-speed pitch and therefore a strike.
Yeah, see if the Falcons can keep pressure on the 49er defense that made a few misplays in the last inning, but were able to close it out.
Again, with the slow pitch, that one lifted into center. This is going to get past the center fielder Driver, go all the way to the warning track. McGraw is going to settle at second with a leadoff double. So now 2 for 2 for the left fielder. McGraw brings up Santi Ortega, the third baseman.
Santiago squints.
See if the Falcons can go ahead and look to add some insurance here in the bottom of the 4th. I mean, only up 2-0 against the 49ers. So I think the Falcons are looking, just waiting for that breakout inning.
And let's, on the production side, just change her name to Santiago as McGraw swipes third.
Yeah, it looked like McGraw took the 49ers by surprise with that steal because nobody seemed to expect it coming.
So Ortega, the third baseman, with a runner at third, will look to drive McGraw in for the third run. Is that one taken outside for a ball?
Yeah, she only had a couple stolen bags on the season so far, so I think that definitely caught the 49ers by shock right there.
And the 49ers are playing in on Ortega. Gilliam with the pitch. Hit right back up the box. So that will do it. That will drive in McGraw as Ortega gets her first hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there by Ortega to send it right up the middle. The infield for the 49ers wasn't protecting against anything up the middle. They were looking more bunt to come in, and swinging away was Ortega to get on base and get the RBI.
Yeah, nice job right there from Ortega. Really, I don't know if you guys saw that, but really opened up her hips early so that way she could drive that high and inside fastball up the middle.
Ortega is off on the run, and that throw not in time actually hits Ortega in the helmet. So she swipes second base. So it looks like the small ball game for the Falcons is you get a runner on and you test Hill's throwing ability, and it's worked out so far.
Yeah, Game 2 in sharp contrast to Game 1. The 49ers are definitely doing a much better job in Game 2, but the Falcons are starting to come alive here in the bottom half of the 4th.
That one flared out and bobbled and caught. So Ortega better check on the runner at second. I'm not sure if she tagged or not. I guess they're saying she did tag as Dunlap bobbled it, but she makes the catch to put it away for out number 1.
The main
Yeah, good play by Dunlop. It looked like she tried to rush getting up and maybe make a throw over to third, but she just stumbled a little bit there at the end of the play after the bobble.
Yeah, I actually thought that Ortega might have left a little early, as that bouncer to Dunlop will score Ortega, as there was only one out. So productive ground ball out from Leah Kimble drives in the 4th run.
49ers look like they're heading off the field, but little do they know that's only 2 down.
Yeah. That's definitely an issue when you got to know the situation in softball where there was a runner at third and less than 2 out.
Yeah, Corrine Belser just kind of flipped the ball over to the circle.
And that pitch is taken high from Yarrow.
Instead of throwing it back to Gilliam like you normally would after a second out.
So the 49ers have given up 2 here to the Falcons in the bottom of the 4th, as Yarrow goes with the bunt right to Gilliam. Great throw. Barehanded play from Gilliam to get her for out number 3. So that'll do it for us here in the bottom of the 4th. Solano now leads 4-0 as we head to the top of the 5th with the top of the lineup for Yuba, Hayleigh Hill, Stephanie Benton, and Corrine Belser.
Hello, I'm Taryn Sigel, assistant coach for Solano Softball. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Back on in the top of the 5th with Hayleigh Hill, the catcher. She's had her defensive struggles trying to throw out base runners. We'll see what she does with the bat here, as she is 0 for 2 with a groundout and a strikeout this afternoon.
Yeah, 49ers are hoping their bats come alive here in the top half of the 5th and see if they can not strand any more runners in this half of the inning.
There you get a good look at the stat line for Hayleigh Hill, the catcher. Groundout in the 1st, strikeout in the 3rd. So Schlattman getting the signal from Vavricka. First pitch, hit off the end of the bat, slow roller to Ortega. She throws it to Kimble for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Played that perfectly, or the Falcons defensively. I mean, that was right. She didn't even have to move her feet, nothing. She just picked it up and threw it on and over to Kimble over there at first.
And a great strong throw by Ortega there. It's, you know, quite a distance from standing almost on the bag at third all the way over to first, and she made it no problem.
So that routine play from Ortega gets out number 1 as Benton swings and misses at that first pitch for a strike. Benton is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. There you get a look at Schlattman smiling out there on the circle as that one is hit off the end of the bat. Long throw for Sheldon. She makes it in time. So great defensive plays from the infield of the Falcons.
And a great reach there by Kimble to stretch out to make that catch, and just great all-around defense.
Number 15, Corrine
So Schlattman getting the benefit of some stellar defense from her left side of the infield. As Corrine Belser, the first baseman, is up. She's 2 for 2. She's been the thorn of the side of the Falcons this entire doubleheader. She has yet to be retired. Is that one in the dirt for a ball, 1-0?
Yeah, I would expect Schlattman here to give her a lot of off-speed in this at-bat. The first 2 at-bats, obviously, she's 2 for 2 with a couple hits, and she's jumped on those first pitches, so definitely got to watch out here.
Yeah, good thing for the Falcons, though, bases are empty as that one is lifted into right field. That is going to be foul, though. So it's going to even the count 1-1.
And not foul by much. I think the Falcons might have dodged a bullet there. Could have been a start of a 2-out something for the 49ers here.
Yeah, almost the third time Belser has fought off a pitch to get a hit, but unable to keep that in fair territory, as it's been a relatively quick 5th inning for Schlattman, as that one is jammed right back to Schlattman. She throws over to Kimble for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Yuba is retired in order. When we return in the bottom of the 5th, top of lineup for Solano is due up with Alyssa Castaneda, Baylee Robben, and Elena Sheldon.
Hi, my name is Baylee Robben. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Back in the bottom of the 5th, Alyssa Castaneda, who should have gotten a triple, ended up getting a double and thrown out at third. She also grounded out to the pitcher in her 2 at-bats, so she is 1 for 2 out of the leadoff spot for the Falcons. She looks at that one on the outside corner for a strike.
She still ended up getting a double on that hit, so definitely adds to the batting average pad.
But for some reason, I don't think she's quite satisfied. Let's see what she does here in this at-bat.
You got to expect with that slap method, with her left-handed batter approaching that first base side, that you're going to see a lot of pitches on the outside, and Castaneda did a great job when she got an outside pitch to poke it over to left field. Let's see if she'll do something like that again as she gets out of the way of that inside pitch. 2-1.
That umpire looked like he was going to call a strike right there. He looked like he was urgent to, but if I was Gilliam, I'd keep pounding or take it in right here, or excuse me, Castaneda here.
That one in there for a strike. 2-2. He got full a little bit on that changeup.
A hard in right here.
So 2-2 to Castaneda. That slow pitch is popped up third base side, not in time, and that's what the slap technique really does for a speedy base runner like Castaneda. She just popped it up to the third base side. Steele fielded it in plenty of time, but with that head start, Castaneda reaches easily.
Just floated up in the air too long on that one. So let's see if Gillian can work Robbins here and maybe get a double play ball.
Yeah, that was a great piece of hitting by Castaneda. It was a slow off-speed pitch, and she did good just to kind of flare it out there like that.
Castaneda is stealing, and there's not even a infielder to cover second, as Castaneda will advance all the way to third. Because the second baseman, Cache Dunlap, she was behind the second base bag by the time she touched the ball, and it went past her. So Castaneda easily takes third.
Yeah, we've seen that happen a few times now, where the middle infielders for the 49ers are just late breaking over to the bag.
Yeah, I think if anyone has a chance over there at second, covering the bag on a stolen base, it's going to be Dunlap, just because she's hugging the second base more than Benton over there at short. She's playing more the 5-6 hole rather than up the middle.
So 2-0 count to Robben, who has singled and has reached on an error. She hits that to the third base side. Castaneda goes home. Instead of going home, they try to get Robben over at first. So Robben drives in Castaneda with that RBI ground out.
Yeah, Steele didn't go home. For some reason, Hill broke down the first baseline, maybe going to cover an overthrow and forgetting that there was a runner on third. Steele had a heads-up play, probably could have made the play at home, but there was nobody to throw it to.
Yeah, her first instinct was to gun down Castaneda trying to score, but Hill trying to do the extra and back up a long throw, but not realizing the situation with a runner at third. Her responsibility needed to be at home plate. So fortunate break for the Falcons as they get their 5th run, as Elena Sheldon Now in the batter's box. Hits it to the opposite field, and it's going to bounce right in front of the right fielder, Clark. Get past her. Sheldon on her horse turns to second and is safely in at third.
She inside out of that one. That was high and inside, and Sheldon doing a tremendous job. It would have powered that into right field, and that far and that deep especially. Wow.
Yeah, I'd either score that a triple or a single and advancing on a Clark error.
Yeah, either way, a great piece of hitting.
Vavricka takes that inside pitch for a ball. So this is a sort of momentum that Solano has been getting this entire doubleheader against Yuba, capitalizing on some mental mistakes and defensive miscues on the offensive end as Vavricka looks at that pitch away for a ball. Gilliam has pitched well, though, considering.
Oh, she absolutely has. Definitely better than the first game for the 49ers. But it's an interesting defensive lineup out there.
That one taken away.
There's a lot of gaps.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the outfield for a little bit more power than Solano does. They tend to play a little bit more shallow. That pitch taken high for a ball. So 4-pitch walk for Vavricka. Puts runners at the corners with with one out.
Up to bat.
So that brings up Courtney McGraw, who has singled and doubled. She has scored twice, and she has stolen 2 bases.
Yeah, great opportunity here for Courtney to bring some runners in.
And on the pitch, Vavricka takes second pretty easily.
She was jogging. Once she got halfway, just kind of looked back and maybe see if the throw ends up going, but doesn't.
Yeah, with Hill fluttering her throws, if she had thrown it, you could easily see Sheldon take home.
Especially because Benton was covering on that one. Dunlap didn't get over there for some reason. So definitely could have been an easy run for the Falcons, but luckily no throw from Hill.
Yeah, with all the mistakes they've made throwing down to second today, but it's kind of a good no-throw call right there by Hill.
McGraw waits on that changeup, and that's going to be hit foul.
Haven't seen too much movement as far as laterally, or excuse me, as far as horizontally for Gilliam. Seeing a lot of up and down changeups and maybe a handful of ephyses, if you will. So
yeah, when it's on the same plane vertically, it's a lot easier to hit. That goes off the glove of Dunlap, and that's going to allow McGraw to get in safely at second. With that missed throw in, it's going to allow Vavricka to score the second run. So again, defensive miscues for Yuba allow 2 runs to score on that simple play.
Next to the plate, number 2.
Again, good heads-up base running there by Solano, taking advantage of what they can and what 49ers give them to bring the score to 7-0.
And so don't look out now, 7-0. If the Falcons score 3 more runs here in the bottom of the 5th, the game will be over. So Ortega with only 1 out. That one is in there for a strike. She had a single her last at-bat.
The umpire on the left side of the infield keeping an eye on McGraw at second, making sure she doesn't leave early.
That one hit right back up the middle. Ortega did a great job of staying inside that one. McGraw coming all the way home. Ortega with a wide turn at first, but nobody was covering. So Ortega gets her second RBI.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there to send the ball right up the middle. Center fielder Abigail Driver had no shot at catching that, and it was an easy RBI.
Yeah, so I guess that's it because we are in the bottom of the 5th. That 8th run will do it for us. We were under the pressure it was 10 runs, but I guess not. So an anticlimactic end to a great doubleheader for the Solano Falcons as they take 2 from Yuba with this final score in this second game of 8-0. Steven, what were your final thoughts from today's matchup for the second game?
For the second game, great offense by Solano, taking advantage of what Brandy Gilliam was giving them. She wasn't giving them a whole lot, but they were able to jump on some pitches and take advantage of some errors out on defense from Yuba. But overall, I think it was a good, positive game for Yuba, even though it's kind of weird to say they're coming away with a 7-0 loss. But they were able to show a lot more and perform a lot better here in the second game.
And Chris, what about you? What were some of your final thoughts from today's matchup?
I think Brianna Schlattman pitched a tremendous job up there on the mound, really keeping these 49er hitters off balance, mixing in up and down, left and right, and really executed all of her pitches in order to have the Falcons win 8-0 today.
And there you see some of the Falcons celebrating over in the left side of the infield as they pick up 2 from Yuba as they stay perfect in conference play, move their record to 6-0 in Bay Valley Conference play. Unfortunately, the 49ers, they fall to 0-6 in conference. And so that will do it for us here at the Solano College Sports Network. My name is Brian Nelson alongside Stephen Babin and Chris Zavaglia. And we will be coming back with an interview with our Best Buy Player of the Game with Andy Chase.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the Best Buy Player of the Game, Brianna Schlattman. Brianna, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good. We just got 2 wins, and we're going home happy. So, woo.
Awesome. Brianna, you were a great player in high school, but how do you feel like your game has improved since then playing at Solano?
Well, in high school, I pretty much did third mostly. I didn't get to pitch as much, and they recruited me here for pitching, and I feel like since the first year, a couple years ago, I had to work back because we didn't have a team last year, so I struggled in the beginning. I feel like with my mind's right, and I'm ready to, go on.
Yeah, you played great today, and I want to bring it back to the second inning. You had runners in scoring position, 2 runners in scoring position. You had no outs. How do you keep yourself collected and get all 3 outs and not give up a run in that situation?
I just have to have confidence, tell myself, believe you're going to do it. Sometimes I sing to myself in my head. I'm like dancing. I'm like, okay, let's go, let's get up. And yeah, I just don't try to put pressure on myself.
Yeah, whatever works. And obviously playing doubleheaders is tough. How do you guys keep the motivation from the first game, or the momentum from the first game, and bring it into the second game?
We kind of slacked. We should have done it better this game because we kicked way more butt the first game than the second game, but I think we just have to talk more, and we kind of get sidetracked sometimes, but just got to cheer. That helps. Cheering helps.
Definitely cheering helps. You guys played great. Another big win for Solano today, 8-0. I'm here. Thank you very much, Brianna. I am Andy Chase on the Solano College Sports Network. We will see you next time.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
You keep telling me to make it, yeah, to the spot where we would stay lit, and finish bottles never wasted, yeah, 'cause that's where I'm from.